Welcome to Arresting Normality. My name's Aaron.
No, it's not, though. It's not,
It
though.
might be. Today.
It's not. It's not.
Joined
it's
as
definitely
always with Travis from Howie Games and Cody from Stealing Live, who doesn't like Halo. How are you? How was your week?
How's life?
This is why he doesn't start.
What do you mean? I did it just like Aaron does.
No. Oh, I knocked the camera. Oh well.
Oh well, it's close enough. It's fine. So, I'm sure we've all had fun weeks and whatnot. The one thing, come on, Cody, it's okay.
I haven't.
It's
haven't
okay.
had a good week.
No, it's been a great week. It's been the
I locked
best week of
myself out
your
of my
life.
car
It wasn't a good week.
because I thought the doors were frozen shut.
Yeah,
That was funny.
that was pretty funny. Would you care to elaborate?
Did you read that?
Yeah, go ahead and tell that story.
Okay. So I woke up and it had snowed a whole bunch, like a goodly amount. And I hit the button to unlock the car, and the lights flashed and did a thing. And I go over to my door. Yeah, it did a beep beep. Which I should have known if it did a beep beep, that's probably means it's locking, but we'll get there in a minute. So I went over to the door and I tried to open it, and it wouldn't open. And I was like, oh, obviously my door is frozen shut. Because you've had that happen, right, Aaron?
Oh, yeah, that happens. The rubber in the door sticks to the metal on the door, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to open today.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I just need to knock it loose. So, like, I throw my shoulder into it a couple times and try it again, and it's still stuck. I was like, damn, it's really frozen shut. Try that a couple times, and I'm like, you know what, I'll try a different door. And this goes on for all four doors on my cars, and I was like, did somebody, like, dump a bucket of water on my car in the middle of the night and freeze the door solid? And Aaron knows that I do this thing when I start getting really frustrated. I almost get, like, kind of panicky and just enrage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And so this leads me to then full-on just, like, drop-kicking my door. Like, at 5:30 in the morning. And yelling at my door. Like, God damn it, motherfucker. Kick, kick, kick. Yell, yell, yell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, put a nice dent in my door. That was good.
A dent of stupidity.
I went over and I tried Alicia's car, and the door pops right open. Right?
Of course.
I was like, why? And so, pop the door open over there, and I go back inside, and I was like, hey, can you give me a ride to work? I wake her up at 5:30 in the morning. She doesn't have to be at work for a while. I was like, can you give me a ride to work? Because my doors are frozen shut. And even asleep, like dead asleep, the first thing out of her mouth is like, did you unlock the car?
Because it's you.
And I'm like, of course I did. I'm not stupid. Like, I think I said it like a lot more angrily than that. I'm not fucking stupid or some shit. And so she gets up in her pajamas. It's fucking freezing outside. She throws on some shoes, walks out there, and I think she knew that I'm dumb.
That you're being a dumb. Yeah.
Before she ever got outside, because she didn't even put a jacket on. And she just opens the door. She goes, have a good day at work, and walks back inside. I was so mad.
Just far too used to you being dumb sometimes.
Well,
for such a smart guy, you make some really dumb goddamn decisions sometimes.
Well, when I start getting pissed off, logic goes away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I just turn into Rage Monster, and I don't think things through. Like, maybe I should try to unlock the door again.
Like, weak, uncool Hulk.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I just break things.
Yeah. Yeah. To the best of your ability, at least.
I did a pretty decent little ding in my door there, I was proud of it. I was like, yeah, look at that.
You're proud of damaging your vehicle.
Yeah, I'm like, that knocked off $100 at least. That's
probably more than that, buddy. Probably quite a bit more than that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was my week. How was your week, Cody?
Not good.
Why was it not good?
No,
Why are you... Okay, move your
uneventful.
face closer to your mic.
Uneventful.
Uneventful?
My face was pretty close to the mic.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
You sound better now. I don't know.
Oh, that's because Aaron did a thing.
Yeah, I turned him up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron did.
We did a nice loud Cody.
Just an uneventful week. Nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
No.
Sounds
Other
like
than, like he has an interview today, but
Oh, where'd you interview?
I don't want to talk about it. It's not interesting.
Well, okay. Well, you've worked at the same place for the last 47 years.
Yeah.
all the years.
So it's kind of interesting when you're even remotely thinking about getting a different job.
Yeah. The problem is I'm not thinking about getting a different job, and I'm going to the interview anyways. So.
Is it today?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just don't think I want the job. That's the problem.
What job is it?
It's super
Aaron
fun.
got you a job, didn't you?
Yeah. I just don't think I want it.
Well,
That's good.
you can just
The most
change your
awkward
mind.
interview in the world. Cody's gonna show up and be like, "Hi." They're like, "Hi, so what brought you to this opportunity?" Regret.
Why do you want to work here? I don't think I do.
don't. Not really. If you give me a job, I might think about it.
That's the problem is, I kind of did. And then I put in the application. And then as time passed, because it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
A few weeks,
Right.
I think. I don't really want it anymore. My position has kind of changed at my job, where I'm finally getting the stuff done that I want to do.
Oh, are they? Can I talk about that, or should I not?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get in trouble. And if I do,
okay.
I don't care.
So are they finally putting you through the GM thing? Because they've been telling you they're going to do that for a long time.
Yeah, I've got my book. I'm taking the test. I'm doing the classes. Yeah.
So instead of worrying about it, just be like, hey, I finally got offered the GM position between,
But now I see. Okay, so I'm me, right? I'm Cody. Hi, everybody. I'm Cody. I'm a ball of anxiety and nerves.
Yeah.
I always was, and now it's worse, and I contributed a little bit of that to my brain being all punchy. So now I feel bad. Because, when I put in the application, I wanted to leave. Mm-hmm. But it's been 3 weeks. And things have changed, and now I kind of don't really want to leave.
That took a while for them to get you an interview.
Well, they weren't, hiring, I don't think, at the time. They were getting ready to, so I put in my application.
And we just sacked some dude, so pretty much the next day.
We just fired the shit out of somebody.
We just fucking...
He cried and everything. It was great.
With no money.
Yeah. So,
He's gonna lose his house.
We're just like Merry fucking Christmas, you little shit.
Happy holidays, you don't have a job no more. You piece of shit. Hope your kids like dirt for Christmas.
Aaron's like, fair, I bought myself a Satan, fuck you.
To be fair, the guy drove a Land Rover and not an old one. He was fine.
So he could sell the Land Rover.
I like our story better.
Huh?
I like our story better. Well, it's a good thing he has that Land Rover. He's going to be living in it.
Right.
Because you just cost him his job.
I hope that he can eat the tires. If you boil it, it's amazing.
We can eat the tires.
Was it deserved? Was it at least deserved?
I'm
really
sure
hope nobody
was.
from your work
I doubt they just fire people that don't deserve it.
You know
you're
what?
a great
Today
employee.
I'm
You're
firing
fired.
you, because fuck you. You're fired.
Holy shit, that was funny. What were we talking about?
Well, that was a really nice
we were,
job
making
getting that pawn in there.
Weren't we
you're
having points?
Points?
Yeah.
Points?
Like a point to the conversation?
Yeah, I think you were making a point.
Was I?
I thought Cody. You were, and then we derailed.
Well, I think what I was saying...
podcast like Aaron's job and just fire people. Aaron, you're fired.
No, don't fire Aaron. I want to hear what he has to say.
Nope, he's fired. Oh, okay, well, you're fired after we hear what you want. What you're going to say.
No, I'm fired.
He's gone.
I quit.
He's going home.
He's gone.
Wait, he's already gone.
You know what, Cody? You're fired.
Shit, well, I guess I can't go anywhere then.
I'm fired too.
No, fuck, we're all fired. We're all fucking fired.
You guys want to start a podcast?
I feel like Aaron has something to say that
New
might
podcast.
Make me feel better or worse.
Not worse.
No, it's a 50-50 chance with me.
No, it's
anything.
Yeah,
you could
really
say banana and I could feel worse sometimes.
Banana?
Yeah.
God damn it, Aaron.
No, honestly, there's a bunch of applicants, and you would almost certainly get the job if you wanted to. But if you just say like, hey, I actually, my situation has changed with them. They're going to make me a GM after many years of me trying. That's my frustration with them.
Many years. How long do you have for me to run down minis?
Yeah.
Many.
And it just happened to come up within the time that I put in an application.
Yeah.
And
that's what I feel bad about. Because, like, when you brought it up and when I put in the thing, I genuinely did want to leave.
It's just business. It's just business.
How long has it been that you've been expecting to take this course, Gordy?
At least since I've moved back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it's at least been 2 years.
Yeah, the GM thing's been about 2 years, I think.
Wow. They're really slow moving with that.
But I got my raise, finally.
To $2 or $2 an hour?
Yeah. Wait.
Two and a quarter.
Wait, I pay them.
$2 an hour.
Is that not how life works?
Yeah, I just got to pay them more money now. I thought that's what we were supposed to do.
Yes. You know what, Cody?
I get to pay them $5.
I pay them too for them delicious fucking Beyond Burgers.
They're so good, dude.
They're so
those Beyond Burgers are stupid good.
Oh my god, I could eat those for the rest of my life.
Travis can be excited. We have Beyond Sausage coming pretty soon.
I don't know. Me and sausage. Like, I love sausage, but we don't get along because
it's greasy.
Blood.
But it's not. Yeah. It's not sausage. It's beyond sausage.
It's far beyond sausage.
It's for our biscuits and our burritos.
You can just put it in your butt.
And I started doing that thing that you told me to, Cody, where I don't eat the bread. I wrap it in lettuce.
Lettuce wrap. Yep.
It's actually still pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, it's not as good, but it is still really good. And the buns are the devil.
It's filling, I would say.
That's true.
Because carbs. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the bun has like 12 grams of sugar that you don't think about.
Well, yeah, and 12 grams is a lot. That's like a fucking cup of coffee with a shit ton of sugar ingredient.
Yeah,
it's a lot of sugar.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that on our shit.
Just in bread,
I was like, what? You're hiding sugar in our bread?
Sugar everywhere.
Sugar bread.
Sugar bread.
But
I gotta get that sugar bread.
Yeah, we're gonna do Beyond Sausage now. I'm actually excited.
If I worked on that voice that I was just working on, I could totally do an Eddie Murphy.
You could.
You can get that sugar bread.
Jesus Christ.
So, Cody, like, honestly, my advice to you, coming from somebody who is semi-professional at least, I'm not very professional at all, but
this coming from the guy that couldn't unlock his door. Yes. But thanks. What's your advice?
I would do exactly what Aaron's saying, like, because you don't want to burn your bridge, and you don't want to waste their time. Just call them and be like, hey, I really appreciate the opportunity, and maybe in the future, but for now, my situation's changed.
Been such a mess this morning because I'm like, I don't want to blow them off, but I also don't want to waste time of going to an interview and be like, hey, let's go through this whole process. It's going to take however long, and then I probably don't want the job.
Yeah, no, but coming from somebody who was a manager at one point, I would appreciate the most somebody calling me and saying, hey, I appreciate the opportunity, but I don't need to do the interview today. Thank you for your time. Rather than somebody coming in and knowing that they're not going to want the job.
Yeah, because we got a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit we need to do in the next couple of weeks. Actually, in the next couple of days, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's also why I'm like, I'm just wasting people's time because I don't even think I want it.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
And then
don't waste their time. Just call them and be like, hey.
This is me, right? This is what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'd make myself go, and if I get the job, I would probably take the job because I feel bad. And then I would be sad that I took the job and left a job that I kind of didn't really want to leave because finally getting what I want out of it. But I would do it because I don't want to upset people. So that's what would happen.
Oh, you're so passive. Stop it.
I would be working at Super Pond, very miserable,
but making a lot more money.
Yeah, but see, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
but
I just picture walking into Super
things
Pond and seeing
you
Aaron
could donate the extra money to CTE research.
I could
with
do
the giant, stupid, happy
and
grin.
That's probably what I would have done.
And then Cody sitting right next to him, all pissed off.
Yeah, just so mad.
And Aaron's just sitting there with like
money,
this big stupid grin, like,
angry.
I'm so happy because my friend's working here.
Yeah. See, and then that complicates things because Aaron works there, and it's like that'd be cool, but also. And
I'm there all the time,
I know you are,
we'd always be working together.
Stupid that you're there so much. It's just I don't think I want to do the job.
Yeah.
Like the people.
Well, then don't. Just call them. Like I said, as soon as we're done with podcast,
sketchy people that want like $15 for a drill that they found.
Well, and you'll think they're fake anyway. It's true.
I mean, yeah. Some of these people are fake. I've seen it.
You know,
I've seen it.
He synced it.
I know what he's going for. I'm trying not to not to give him the satisfaction.
Oh, the satisfaction's already there because I know damn well that you'd think that some of those people are fucking NPCs.
Oh,
you're like nobody brings in
Dude,
a fucking teacup and tries to pawn it for $10.
I do like as a real explanation though, because I do see these people kind of all the time, you know, and I'm like, you know, it feels like you're real close to being like aware of what's going on in reality, but you're just never going to get there. And it's kind of sad, you know?
You're never going to get there.
You're never going to get there. No.
Just never going to do it.
The other thing that makes me think that the people I saw were NPCs were I don't see those people anymore.
No?
No.
So like, let's keep them away from that guy. He's starting to know what's up going on.
Seriously, since I started bringing it up to you guys, I don't see them any. The fake mechanic, the girl that was totally a fake teenager. I don't see any of them anymore.
Yeah?
My favorite was
maybe they all watched the podcast and are like,
that was my favorite too, Travis. The fake mechanic.
Yeah,
it was good. Maybe they all watched the podcast.
And they're like, "Damn it, he's catching on."
God damn it!
It's his idea.
I was trying to say it.
No, it's his idea.
It's my idea now. I stole it.
That's
You're
what he does.
now.
He hears something, and then now it's his idea.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Good idea, Travis.
Yeah, great idea. Yep.
No, I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I don't see these people now.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that makes me sad is like I have customers that I like.
Sure.
So I know Travis is probably floored by that. But like there's one of them that I haven't seen in like 2 weeks, and he used to come in like almost every day.
Big guy?
No, like
older?
Decently normal size.
But I mean, like, yeah, I was like thinking he was like massive.
No, obese.
Like
no. But he's an old guy. So now I'm worried. It's been like 2 weeks, and I usually see him at least once a week, and it's been 2 weeks. I haven't seen him, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
And there's no way I'm gonna know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's nobody that's gonna come through drive-through and be like, "Hey, you know that guy?" Yeah.
I don't even know his name.
That's a problem too, is because I've had that situation happen, but we're a lot more tied to our customers.
Yeah.
Like, because one guy, it was so nice, really nice guy. He had pawned a Gibson SG, so of course me and him were friends because he liked music stuff, and unfortunately he had a heart attack and he passed away. Wow. I was just like, oh no,
oh no.
You know, it was probably your guys' fault, to be honest. Well, he didn't think he could get his SG back, and he had a heart attack. Thanks, assholes.
Yeah. My customer's probably my fault too because I gave him too many burgers.
Yeah. I mean,
you should have slipped those Beyond Patties in.
Damn it! I was just about to say
it's
that.
His idea now,
but it actually was his idea.
Yeah, that one was his. He beat you to it.
He did beat me to it, but we did have the same idea.
Yeah,
we did do that. We do that.
Yeah. Fucking hell. So I've had some experience with Death Stranding at this point.
Do you like it?
I haven't played it myself, but I've played it. Someone has played it who I know well enough to understand whether the game is going to be good. And this is what I'm going to say is
I am listening.
I am going to understand.
I'm just returning a message.
I'm going to like this game. Travis is probably going to like this game.
I'm going to hate the game.
You are not going to like this game. The first thing that came out, because Derek is actually playing it, and I thought for sure that if Derek enjoyed it, that it'd be a decent game, because it could have been like super bad or super good, but I'm assuming it was super good because it's Kojima, so right. It's either going to be really weird or it's going to be nothing at all. But he said one of the first things he said was it's a lot of walking. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. It's basically a delivery game, which yeah, fair enough. But he said, and I was like, okay, Cody's still fine with that at this point. Mm-hmm. And he's like, there's a lot of interesting mechanics, and you have to like use the baby to be able to see the Death Stranding.
Yeah, I heard about
whatnot.
That. Yeah,
but the
you
thing
use the baby.
Yep.
Like, hold up the baby. Where's it at?
Yeah, where did
You shake the bottle.
Yeah. Do you actually have to rock the baby if things get too like hectic or something? It's kind of hilarious. But
a middle of like being attacked. Hold on, I gotta rock my baby.
Hold on, I gotta burp my baby.
The biggest problem though was he said that there's like a half an hour cutscene at the beginning of the game to kind of set everything up.
That's okay.
You're okay with that?
That's okay. The problem that I had with Kingdom Hearts was the whole game was a cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like you play for like 5 minutes, and then there was another half-hour cutscene, and then you play for 15 minutes, and there was an hour.
Oh, that focus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's exactly
okay.
My problem with it was you play. There was one moment where it was like an hour of cutscenes, and the only gameplay that you did was walk down a hallway.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
It was awful, dude. That's my problem. I don't care, like long cutscenes or whatever, if they're setting up a point and everything, but let me play the game.
Okay.
Though. So if there's gameplay...
There is gameplay.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was a movie. It wasn't a game.
Yeah, there was very little gameplay. You would see like a 30-minute cutscene, do one fight, and then see another 30-minute cutscene.
So it was a movie in which you had to push a button so that they knew that you were paying attention every 30 minutes.
Yeah, so basically.
I guess then I need to do a little bit more research, play the game myself.
Yeah, I still think I'm going to like the game.
You know, you might, but then again, you might not. I think it's riding that line of too cinematic.
See, the people that are complaining about it are saying it's not like action-packed enough, but I don't care about that.
I know you don't care about that.
I don't need an action-packed game. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
If I want to, sit in front of my TV and do nothing for hours, I'll watch The Irishman. You know,
see, and like that's kind
a relevant joke.
Is it?
Yeah, that movie just came out and it's like 4 hours long.
Oh my jeez!
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a movie.
It's the new Scorsese movie with Pacino and all those guys, De Niro, Pesci.
I didn't. You know, I kind of forgot for a second that Martin Scorsese was still alive.
Yeah. Well, he makes the same movie.
He's not dead yet.
Yeah, they're good movies.
It's a good movie, but he keeps making the same movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen this one.
With the same cast.
Yeah, it is. It's the same movie with the same fucking cast.
Right.
And it's like everybody's, oh my god, he's such a great director. Is he though? Is he great? Or did he do one thing well?
The same thing.
That is the definition of a one-trick pony.
Yeah, he did one thing really well, and he keeps doing it. And from what I've heard, this movie's not great.
Make a few million every, 5 years, and then,
a few million? Scorsese's making a little more than a few million.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know. But,
do you not know who Scorsese is?
Not really.
Goodfellas, Casino.
Oh, okay. Now I know who he is.
All those movies.
My aunt was in that movie.
Your aunt was in Casino?
Mm-hmm.
Why was your aunt in Casino?
She wasn't like she was just an extra. She's one of the cocktail waitresses.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Huh. Just random.
Was that the super rich aunt?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Just random trivia.
Yeah, I was excited to see this new movie, and it's a Netflix original or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And they made a big deal that they got Scorsese is a big movie, and I went to watch it, and it's 3 hours and 45 minutes long. I was like, I don't think I'll ever watch this movie.
Too long. Too much.
Did they do it on film, or did they do it on an Area Alexa or something?
I have no idea. Yeah, I haven't looked into that.
That'll be.
I did hear, from what I've heard about the movie, is they did the de-aging thing that's popular right now.
Oh.
I guess they did some of that to
Pacino,
De Niro, I think. But the guy I heard said, it looked fine. His face looked younger, but you can't de-age his body and his movement. So he looked 90, even though he was supposed to be young.
So he's moving
guy, like an old man.
Shuffling around.
Yeah. And I guess at one point, Pesci says, go tell the kid. And he's talking about De Niro.
Joe Pesci's still alive, too?
Yeah.
I thought...
And he's talking about De Niro being the kid. And, De Niro's 112. There comes a time when these guys should probably... stop,
or just play their own age.
Yeah, stop being the tough guy,
be an old guy,
gangster guy.
Back in my day, I didn't have to shake so much.
But damn, I could make some good pizza rolls. Just put that cheese on there. That was a bad joke.
I didn't even get the joke.
I don't think that was a joke. There was no punchline.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it.
Men in Black with the palsy. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That was far too long ago.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying. I have CTE. Dude.
Original Men in Black?
2.
What?
Oh, you
You're
picked the wrong
referencing
one.
Men in Black 2?
You picked the wrong one, buddy.
2. Men in Black 2 was good. Fuck off.
I do too, but it's not good. I like it. Doesn't mean it's good.
It was good.
It's by far the worst Men in Black. By far.
You like 3 better than 2?
I loved 3. Yeah. I thought 3 was fantastic.
Well, you have to remember that Men in Black International is a thing, so that can never happen.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, it's not by far.
That's not the worst.
I wasn't counting that one.
That's not really a movie.
That's not really a Men in Black movie. Okay, yeah. So that one's the worst one.
Yeah.
Then Men in Black 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still excited though.
For what?
About.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
my brain's going in a different direction.
We're bouncing around so much. I don't even think we finished my advice, but that's okay.
What was your advice?
No, not my advice. The advice for me from you guys.
Oh, no idea what we were talking about.
Cool. Because did Travis ever give me his advice?
No.
Because he was like, this is coming from somebody that's semi-professional, and then
we
made fun of you.
Your CTE is kicking in, bud.
Dude,
I also don't remember, so it's kind of both of us.
I told you to call him.
I spend too much time with him.
Oh, no, he did.
What?
Yeah,
What?
he said to just call him. Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
Didn't I say that?
You
before
did, but he took
that?
it. It's his idea.
No, I even credited Aaron. I said, dude, fucking...
I know.
Yeah, fuck you
CTE.
guys. I quit. I'm going to play Halo.
CTE. I have CTE. You can't be mean to me.
No.
Okay, what were you going to say? This is off the rails.
So,
Oh my god, this is my favorite podcast. This one is my favorite one.
I finally got to sit down and write another song. Yeah, I'm kind of happy. Not a great song. You know,
I wrote another song. It's terrible, but I did it.
So
that's so funny.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest.
That's
you know,
so funny.
I'm like, it's the best song. Yeah. But I think it's just I've been out of practice. Yeah, I've just been kind of out of practice. You know, I've been working on like tone and shit like that and whatnot, and I actually haven't written any songs in quite a while. There's cool riffs in there, but it just doesn't. It's not cohesive, I guess. Right. I'll let you listen to it after the podcast, but it sounds good. Like the sound quality, it's fucking bitching. The tone's bitching.
My tone is amazing.
Yeah, my tone's fantastic. The song, dumb.
Yeah, it's not
terrible.
It's not great.
Song, idiotic. Tone, fantastic.
Yeah, it's seriously. I got to use the Bogner, and I was using the Bogner cab with it, and it was ripping shit, and I was ripping shit.
Ripping
We're
shit.
using it. We're using it. And
shit.
And but yeah, I really dug it, and I'm like, cool. I think I need to just scrap that song and then move on and write another song and get a little bit more practice in. Yeah, just get it's like the Cobwebs. This is a Cobweb song. I'm even gonna call it that now.
Cobweb song.
Yeah, the Cobweb song. Now I gotta do all the vocals for it and base it around cobwebs. You know, maybe layer it in some kind of thing where it's like, Black Widow cobwebs or something really lame.
As you go.
Like so lame.
You're making it way worse.
Or you could just sing it as an old man.
You could actually.
It's the Cobweb song.
Shut up, Travis. The Black Widow movie's coming out, so you could make it about Black Widow.
Oh,
do that.
I'd get sued, unfortunately.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, you would. If it was something that happened because
how would you get sued?
Because you're. This actually happened to Slipknot, as a matter of fact. Do you remember the song "Purity" by Slipknot on the very first album?
Vaguely.
They did get sued by that. For that
he got sued because the guy Corey Taylor wrote the lyrics, and he wrote the lyrics thinking that he was writing it about a news story that he had read, but it wasn't a news story. It was actually a fictional book that a guy had written, and it was like perjury essentially because he's telling the same story. You know?
Oh, well, that's not what I'm saying. Don't go see the movie and then tell the story of the movie. Make it about Black Widow. You don't get sued for that.
I don't
Aaron's
know.
like, intro credits.
There's no fucking way. You could say Black Widow, and it doesn't mean you're talking about the Black Widow character.
But if you imply it, they're going to be like,
oh, come on. They're not going to sue you.
Nah.
The Black Widow character, the Black Widow, so... if you wrote it just about Black Widow, then you couldn't be sued because they couldn't possibly say you're referencing the movie. You're just referencing the character.
It's not whatever.
But I mean, they still own the rights to the character. If I'm referencing the character,
you're allowed to reference character. That asshole that wrote that fucking book. What was it called? They made a movie. Ready Player One. The movie was fantastic. Yeah. The book, awful. Everybody loved the book.
I really liked the movie, actually.
Did you read the book?
No.
Because the movie was great. It's fantastic.
I like the movie.
The problem with the book is he used everybody's work. That's all the book is. Mm-hmm. Because, like, if you've seen the movie, it's like in a virtual world where all these things exist. So you got, like, the Iron Giant and all this bullshit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Halo, in the book, that's all it fucking was.
Maybe I need to watch that movie because it sounds cool.
The problem with the book was all he did was take people's characters.
Yeah.
And there was no, like, originality to it. It was just, like, the whole, like, last 30 or 20 or 30 pages of the book is, like, a fight between Mechagodzilla and some other character. And that's not, like, your doing. You're using other people's things. And he made so much money, so he didn't get sued. So if that guy can't get sued for that, you cannot get sued for making a song referencing the Black Widow.
Huh.
I would not believe it.
I think that the reason that Corey Taylor got sued is because it was too close to that specific story. It wasn't referencing just the character. Like, it was telling
close
the
to
same
word for word,
retelling the story.
But this guy got away with it because I looked it up.
Just used his character.
I looked up, like, how did he not get sued? I wish I knew his name. But
but if you were just like, Black Widow, she's a hot ass spy, then you couldn't get in trouble.
Hot ass spy. That is a great song.
There you go. Best song ever. 10 out of 10.
Have Travis write the lyrics for you.
I'll sell it to you for $5, Eric.
I don't think there's a way that you can get in trouble for that.
No, I don't.
I love how we're talking seriously about this thing that's never going to happen.
It's definitely not ever going to happen. Just saying.
But yeah, that's how he got away with it. Was he's just using the characters. He's not
telling
their work. Exactly.
It just seems like using the characters in a visual form without the permissions would be, like,
I thought it would
frowned
be too,
upon.
but he that's what he does.
It might be frowned upon, but it's not illegal.
Dude, the whole... That's true. The whole book was just other people's ideas. I mean, the main character fucking ends up driving a DeLorean, the fucking Back to the Future DeLorean. Mm-hmm. Like, everything about the fucking book.
That's the only DeLorean there is.
Yeah, but...
We all know that DeLoreans aren't real except for in Back to the Future.
Yeah, they were only made for that movie.
Right.
But that's what the whole thing was.
John DeLorean.
I was so mad at that fucking book, dude.
I'm surprised you actually read it.
Why?
I just hadn't pictured you for one to read it, I guess.
I read
a lot.
You
read comics. I didn't know you read.
No, he read.
I read books.
He does book reading, sir.
I just finished Stephen King's Institute, by the way.
Was it good?
Fucking
was it good?
So good. I gotta give it to you, dude. You gotta read it. It's so good.
Yeah, that's actually something I'm doing today. Is I'm finishing off both of the comic books you gave me. When you give those back, you don't forget your comic.
I keep forgetting that comic.
That was a whole lot of words really fast.
And I want to read that book, too. I forgot it existed.
Also, do you want me... I was thinking about putting up Christmas lights. Christmas lights?
Yeah, what about it?
Do you want me to put Christmas lights?
Are you asking me if I want to help?
Yeah, well, no, you don't have to help. I'm just asking, like...
I'm confused.
Because we're, videos and such.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, Christmas lights would be cool. Yeah.
You're going to make a video about putting up Christmas lights?
But I'm still...
No, but I could line, like, Satan with Santa.
Yeah, that'd be good, actually. Yeah. But I'm still mad at Travis for thinking I don't read. What about me thinks I don't... I've been a reader since we were kids.
What about me thinks I don't read?
Like, all of us have read a lot of books.
Like, me and Aaron, like, swapped Stephen King books when we were fucking kids all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I have CTE. I don't know.
No. You don't get to use my thing. That's my thing.
I took your idea. That's my thing.
God damn it.
I mean, yeah, you are good at it.
And, like, I've actually, because they say with all this, CTE stuff, that it's good to keep your mind working, right? So, like, try to read, which reading has gotten a lot harder for me lately.
Rereading the same thing over again?
Yeah, which I never had to do before. I've been a fast reader. I could kill a book in, a couple days.
Yeah.
It was no problem. Now it's like, oh fuck, like it could take me like a half hour to read 10 pages sometimes because I'm just constantly rereading things. But I've been doing it a lot lately. Like I've been reading books of like authors I don't even know who the fuck they are. Mm-hmm. I got like 200 pages into this one book and was like, okay, I'm officially bored. And got rid of that book.
See, that's why I've been so spoiled, because I've mostly read Stephen King throughout my life. So pretty much every single time I get into a book, it's always just like, oh yeah, it's perfect, and it goes, and it's amazing the whole way through.
Well, like I was talking to Jess about it because she brought me the book that I was reading. It was this guy, Dennis Lehane, wrote it.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
He wrote Shutter Island.
Oh, so that's why.
Yeah.
That movie was terrible.
Was it? I didn't see it.
I loved it. I love that movie, yeah.
Was that the one with the ghost that... No, that probably wasn't the same one.
No, that's not
I was thinking of Shudder.
No,
that movie sucks.
Yeah, that's dumb.
No, Shutter Island is the guy that goes to...
With Leo?
Leo, yeah. Mm-hmm. Goes to Shutter Island, he's a detective.
Yeah,
he's looking for like a missing person or whatever. It's really good.
Different.
What the fuck was I talking about?
God, I'm the worst person to ask for that.
Well, Shutter Island.
Books?
The guy that wrote it.
The guy that wrote it.
Yeah.
We're working backwards here.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. I'm learning. I read this book called Since We Fell, and I don't think it's that he's not a good writer. It's just I'm 100% the wrong audience for that.
Yeah.
I was reading it, and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be a 30-something chick. Like, definitely. Like, high-powered chick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And
Chick.
I would read... Yeah, chick.
Chick.
Yeah. I was reading the book, dude. I would read a page, turn the page, and just scream at the book. I'm bored! This isn't interesting! And then I kept reading it for like 200 pages because you don't give up on things, Travis.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you invested that much time into 200 pages into a book is a lot.
Yeah, it's only like a 400-page book,
you know what's actually a really cheap book that I think you would actually like, Cody? Well, do you like Lord of the Rings and shit like that, or no?
No.
Really? You're asking him if he likes Lord of the Rings?
I couldn't remember. You know me.
No, I couldn't remember if Cody... I have CTE, remember? I couldn't remember...
No, you don't! I'm so sad of finding out my friend doesn't know me at all.
At all?
No, I
read books? Do you like Lord of the Rings?
It's like... God damn, dude.
You know what? I'm not talking to you guys anymore. I'm fired.
Your favorite superhero is Superman, right? Like, I'm waiting for that.
Was it?
Do you, I mean, now I'm just curious, because I know that I know what his favorite superhero is. Do you know? Do you know what his favorite superhero is?
I don't know who his favorite superhero is. Oh, wait,
what?
Captain.
Yes. Keep going.
Captain America?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
okay, good.
I knew that. Like,
I would have never talked to you again. I mean, ugh. Anyways, I read books.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
it's pretty cool. Jess is reading through now. She finished the whole Gunslinger, and she's moving on to the Drawing of Three.
Why would she do that? Just read Gunslinger again. It's so good.
It's good, but it's really not her book.
Well, yeah.
It's really not. Really, honestly, she's gonna like freaking. Well, probably Song of Susanna. That was a really good book. But you haven't gotten there yet.
No, I haven't. Too many other books.
Yeah, there are a lot of other books. But she's reading The Drawing of Three. And,
nice.
She's talking about Eddie and about the characters, but she doesn't realize that he's going to be so important yet. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, yeah, there's the mean heroine guy. Like, you're going to like that character later, but I don't even tell her that.
Yeah.
But it's so cool because I haven't read that book since I was like 17 or something like that, like really young. And it's just like she's talking about these situations. It's like setting off all the things like, oh yeah, and then this happened, and because Roland was all like trying to order a sandwich, but he was calling it a popkin, and the lady's like,
oh yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like probing Eddie's mind to figure out what am I looking for? What am I looking for? And he goes sandwich, sandwich,
right? Popkin. I want a popkin.
Right, I want a popkin too.
Can I have a double pumpkin?
I don't want to eat anything because my throat hurts.
Oh, you're such a fucking wussy.
Wow.
You know what? When I'm sick, I am a wussy. Fuck off. Somebody come rub my tum-tum and feed me soup.
You know what? I'm going to ignore that. What you said, Aaron, earlier was that you're spoiled by Stephen King, and it's 100% true.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I noticed a difference instantly, because I gave up on that Dennis Lehane book, and I started reading The Outsider, which is not his newest book, but the one before
it, yeah.
Which I never got around to reading. I bought it, never read it.
Yeah.
And I started reading it, and it's just like instantly, like within a day or two, I think I'm like 180 pages
needlessly hooked.
Yeah, and it's just instantly, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to see where this goes. It's just, he has such a way of, and yeah, we're Stephen King fanboys.
Yeah, of course.
But like, he has a way of just, he knows what we want to read in the damn book, and it just hooks us right away. Whereas this other book, I was like, it's not going in a direction I give a shit about.
Yeah,
I don't care.
The thing is that book probably would have gotten good in like the fourth quarter or something like that.
Yeah.
But is it worth it at that point? No,
because I had to evaluate, like, am I going to care?
Yeah.
Do I give two shits about where this story's going?
Probably
and
not.
There was not, but The Outsider, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what the fuck is going on.
Right.
I don't know. I love Stephen King. He's
Me
the
too.
Best. Nobody
really
else should
is.
write books, just Stephen King.
Yeah. They just need to clone him and have him have a nice long conversation with himself. Be like, hey, here's all the stuff.
Nice long conversation with himself.
And it's like, all right, well, now that you're about 15 and you're still me, you know, just start writing and you like critique some of the stuff and then like keep the Stephen King train. We just need a Stephen King alive forever.
Yeah, because he's getting up
and
there.
then the new
he's gonna be like 70 something now, right?
He's definitely 70. I
fuck.
Don't know how much into 70 he is.
I'll be so sad when there's no more Stephen King books.
Luckily, that's one of those professions that you can do for a really long time.
Yeah.
Just like Stephen Hawking, he can brain all the way until he dies.
He got a little weird up to the end.
He did.
He got pretty weird.
But I mean, like that's kind of what happens when you get like super old.
I think you can't brain
when you
too
get
long.
that old, your brain just kind of goes with it.
Well, and you're that old, and you have what was the disease called?
Oh,
he had ALS, right?
ALS, yeah.
ALS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have that and you're like 112 or however old he was, I don't remember.
127-2.
120-72, yes. God damn it, Travis. Travis, say words.
Yep. How we doing, everybody?
Oh, God. Of all the things you could have chosen, it was really that.
He doesn't even do that much on his fucking channel.
No, just at the beginning.
Yeah, he does it more on this podcast than he does in his stupid videos.
It's awful. It's just the worst.
My fans don't think so.
Fans, listen to this fuck.
I have 3.
Tina, Jeffrey, George.
And they talk to me sometimes.
Every once in a while, they say hi.
They'll be like, ha, that made me giggle. I'm like, thanks.
You think those people are your friends?
They care about me.
Oh my God.
So he is 72. He was born in 1947.
Who are we talking about?
See, I was right, except for the 120 part.
72.
Yep.
Yeah, he's old.
He is old. He looks more like the Crypt Keeper every day.
Yeah.
You know, kind of what I want to find out? How old is Steven Tyler now?
Old AF. The problem is
he's got to be getting up there.
The problem is that Stephen King has like the upturned nose, so his nostrils are always showing right in your face, so it makes him look exactly like a skeleton.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a ghoul.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look him up. Stephen King 2019.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
He's amazing though. Don't insult the man.
Yep.
He looks like a who.
Not really. He looks more like a ghoul.
You could paint that man green. Okay, hold up.
Green.
So
he could be Jim Carrey.
Speaking of Stephen King,
he could be Jim Carrey. Yes.
The Hulu series.
Oh.
Have you seen season?
Castle Rock?
Yes, Castle Rock. Have you seen season 2 yet?
No. I heard about it and I didn't want to watch it.
I saw the preview for it and I was just like,
I might be just a big dum-dum. I did not know it was an anthology series. I was expecting the story from the first season to continue.
Yeah.
So I was very disappointed.
I was also
when I
very
found out that we're not getting any more of that story, because there was so much more left to tell, I felt.
So much.
It left us with nothing but questions.
I was just... Hold on. I'm also upset because
we're in the middle of a conversation.
I don't care about Misery at all.
Misery is my least favorite thing I've read by him.
Granted, still really good.
Yes, but it's my least favorite story. It's the least interesting.
I don't like that character.
No.
Like, and not like I hate the character. It's like because you're supposed to hate her. It's just like,
yeah, no, she's not.
Her mannerisms annoy me.
Yeah, she's not interesting.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of depth to that story, I don't think. I mean, it's just a crazy person. Mm-hmm. And it's less exciting than all of his other fucking stories.
Basically.
So, that's how I felt, too. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, no. They're doing my least favorite story, so I'm not going to care.
It's just, it was so successful is the problem, is that movie was so successful because What's-Her-Face played it.
Fuck, what's her name? She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name.
And she did an awesome job. And this is like a watered down version of her. And it's just like, and it's her. Because if she would have tried to interpret it a different way, based off the book, I would have been okay with it. But it's not. It's just like a watered down version. It even made her look like her, too.
Yeah, and I don't understand it because the first season wasn't so dependent on story.
It was kind of its own thing existing within the universe.
And that's what I loved about it.
Super cool.
But this one is just like, oh, it's Misery now.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, oh, okay, cool. I could just go watch Misery.
Yeah, because it'd be
better.
Yeah.
That movie was better than this series is, I'm sure. And I haven't even watched it. But I saw the trailer and it looks hokey.
It does.
It just looks kind of cheesy.
And I feel bad because I really liked the first season.
I'm probably going to watch it.
I'm probably also going to watch it. Just because that's...
I'm not.
I mean, it's Stephen King. That's okay.
Stephen King does something. I watch the movie, I read the book. That's kind of what I do.
Did you ever watch 11/22/63?
Oh my god. So good.
Draft?
Was that the thing about JFK?
JFK. Yeah.
I never did watch it, but it was it looked interesting.
Okay, so if you get a chance to, you need to watch that. It's a mini series. It's fantastic.
And I hate James Franco with a fiery passion of 1,000 suns.
And he did amazing.
And he was so good in that series, dude.
Huh? I'd have to watch that.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
I like the conspiracy theories kind of stuff. It's fun to delve into. You know, that's why I go talk to my dad for a few hours. I'm just like, yeah, that was a neat conversation.
Yeah, that's totally what it's about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was about JFK and his assassination.
It is, but it's Stephen King, so it's not just straightforward.
Obviously.
I mean, it's Stephen King.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I figure something weird's going to happen.
I was talking to somebody about, what was it? Langoliers.
Oh, God.
I was trying to explain Langoliers to somebody that had never heard of Stephen King, which I didn't know those people existed.
Were you trying to, are you trying to explain Langoliers the thing or Langoliers the book?
I was explaining the thing.
Okay.
And once I got to, starting to try to get into it, they're like, wait, what kind of book is this? I was like, well, it's Stephen King. Who's Stephen King? I didn't know those people existed.
Right?
I didn't know who Stephen King was.
Were they
young?
Okay.
19. 20.
I was just about to say
20, I think.
I was going to say sub 21. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, 20. And
just bring up It, and they'll know who you're talking about.
Well, I did. I said, It. And they were like, that was based on a book? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And the book's way more better.
Those nowadays. I don't know
why. But he was like, does he always write about, weird, monsters? I was like, yeah, that's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
It's not just straightforward stuff.
It's not always... It's not always
monsters, but it's always weird shit.
But it's weird.
Oh, yeah, it's always weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always, kind of science fiction-y stuff.
No, it's not science fiction. It's horror-based.
Yeah.
Science fiction's different.
Yeah, that's more like incorporating technology
science
and
fiction
futuristic
would be
kind of stuff.
Running Man.
Yep.
Yeah, which is super good too.
Yep.
You don't know what the Running Man is?
I don't know.
Oh, wow, Travis, read a book.
Anyway, if anyone...
I haven't read a lot of Stephen King. I really haven't.
You haven't read a lot of books in period. In period?
In period.
In general was what I was going for.
Yeah, you were going to say period and in general, and it came out in period.
Just none that you guys would
That's
probably
What
know
books
about.
do you read?
It's wait, I'm going to guess.
Wait, let him guess.
Is it a WoW book?
Well, since I already just said it.
I fucking nailed it! Woo!
I nailed the thing I just said. Good job.
He didn't hear you because he was talking over you.
But I've read a few of those. I've read
the Halo books?
Oh, yeah, you said it right before he said it. Those don't count as books.
Those are game books. They don't count. Not a real book.
Books.
That's
not
like
a real book.
people's favorite book being the Star Wars books. Like, that's not a fucking... Come on, read a book.
A real book.
A book that was a book to be a book. Not a book that was a book because it was a game or a movie.
Battle Royale was really good. You ever read that?
What's that?
That's
Battle Royale?
I know what that is, yeah.
I don't.
So that was basically kind of what they based the Hunger Games off
Yeah.
of. It was this island that they took kids in Japan to.
It's Hunger Games.
Yeah, essentially, but way more gory and way more...
Well, yeah, because they needed to turn Hunger Games into a teenage movie, so...
Hunger Games was actually really good, though.
It was good.
The books I'm talking about.
Oh.
The books were actually really good.
I didn't read the books. I did like the movie, though.
I liked the movie, too.
Did not finish the movie, however. I saw the first one.
You should see the second one. The second one's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will then.
Second one's my favorite, and then they shouldn't have turned the third book into 2 movies.
Yeah. See, I know what they were doing because everyone was doing it at the time. Like, turn the last one into 2 movies. Because usually the third or the last book in a series is the biggest one. It's almost certainly always the case.
Not with this.
No.
All the books are the same size. So it made no sense.
Unnecessary.
It was like I didn't understand why It Chapter 2 was longer than It Chapter 1. Because you haven't read It, have you? Mm-mm. But all the stuff that they do as adults is way shorter than the stuff they do as kids.
Yeah.
So they made a longer version out of the shortest part of his book. And it's just because they're trying, I don't know, make it epic for the big finale or something.
Something like that.
I guess.
I don't know, but I've just not read a whole bunch of Stephen King books.
Well, that's your problem.
Yep.
You'd be a better person if you had.
I don't think so. I think you're a terrible person if you read anything related to Stephen King. He talks about throwing kitties in microwaves.
He talks about some fucked up shit.
Way
worse than that.
I don't remember him talking about that, but that wouldn't surprise me at all.
That wouldn't even be one of the things I remembered.
Right?
With the shit he talks about. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't remember which story that was in, but I know that comes up in one of his stories.
I really wouldn't.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember it. But
I don't remember it either.
I don't think it would be like a big deal.
No, not really.
I mean, you've got clowns ripping children's arms off.
Mm-hmm.
And doing way worse.
Yeah.
Like biting a guy in half out of a sewer pipe or something. I can't remember.
Well, people thought that the opening scene in It Chapter 2. Have either of you seen It Chapter 2?
Mm-mm.
Like the new one or the old one?
The new one. It Chapter 2. That's literally the new movie. That's
I watched
the title of the movie.
I watched the new movie, but I didn't watch the.
So you watched It Chapter 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I didn't know if that was It Chapter 2 or Chapter 1. I wasn't sure.
When It Chapter 2 came out, people freaked out about how violent the opening scene is, and it was I guess it was well done to what the book did. But if they had really done what the book did, people would have burned down movie theaters, I think.
Yeah.
Because Stephen King, when he wants to, he can get real graphic and real fucked up.
Real graphic.
And make you really feel for those characters. Mm-hmm. And he does a lot in that first part that they took for It Chapter 2.
Now I want to see the first part of It Chapter 2.
It's really
you
not...
You can just watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Or don't. Yeah, just watch it it's so long. It's not good.
Really
and they added so much, dude.
Yeah?
I didn't like the new movies on it. Tim Curry did a better job.
Yeah, but that's not... I mean, that doesn't make it a bad movie. Just because Tim Curry is better.
It just wasn't interesting enough, I guess. Like, it was there. It was a thing that happened.
Well, I remember your argument for it being that there wasn't enough that was different, even though it's based on source material. Like...
Well, yeah, but, like, I mean, that's what it was. If you're expecting an exact remake, then that's what you're going to get.
It's not, though.
And, like...
There's a lot that's different.
I don't know. It followed really closely to the story for me. Like, I knew everything that was going to happen.
Of course it followed very... Of course, because it's based on an iconic book.
Almost... Well, yeah, but like...
Because then you get people like me and Aaron fucking throwing a fit, being like, oh my god, I can't believe you took this out of the fucking book. It's like a key part. The one thing I do like about it, Chapter 2...
but like put a twist on it. Do something, you know?
They tried to do things that were in the book, but the problem was, the thing they tried to do, when they started doing it in the movie, I said, I think out loud, why are you trying to do this? It's not going to work. Like, you know, you've read his books and then you've seen his movies.
Yeah.
You can't recreate that sometimes.
Yeah, there are definitely some things that you just can't do.
And the thing they put in it, Chapter 2, there's no fucking way you can make that work in a movie. It's stupid if you put it in a movie.
It's Langolier's Part 2.
Yeah, it works in your head when you're picturing it with all the imagery and stuff, the way he creates it.
Yeah.
As soon as you make that real, it's dumb. Mm-hmm. And it's silly and it's dumb.
Yeah. And
they tried to do it, and it was awful. And Jess never read the book. We left the theater, and she's like, what the fuck was that? Like, I was like, yeah, they shouldn't have done that. Yeah. It doesn't work. It works beautifully in the book. It does not work here.
Mm. Yeah, because like there is a sense of like existential dread that comes from the Langoliers and what those things were represented as in the book. It was so good, and then to see the movie was so funny, and it's like horrible 3D fucking like polygonal circles going. It was so fucking funny.
Not scary at all.
No.
Not intimidating. Just goofy.
Mm-hmm. And awful. And yeah, sure, that was probably partly the technology at the time.
It is.
But you could have tried to do that now. Still would be fucking stupid.
There's certain things you just can't do.
It won't work.
That's why a lot of Stephen King's movies aren't great. Because it's hard to do that. Mm-hmm. But, since we're on the topic of Stephen King, did you hear they're doing a Stand series?
Yes.
I am
pretty excited about that. Yep.
Have you read The Stand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good. Did you hear who they got to be? What's his name? The guy, the Randall Flagg.
Randall Flagg. Yep.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh,
do you know who that is?
Skarsgård, as in Bill Skarsgård,
his brother.
What?
Yeah, it's the guy from True Blood. Did you ever see True Blood?
No.
Oh,
True Blood was terrible.
Huh? What'd you say?
True Blood was terrible.
True Blood was good?
Terrible.
Oh, terrible. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't great.
Suki.
Oh, Suki.
Oh, Suki, no.
Oh, Suki.
Yeah, I could.
Oh, so you've seen it then. So you know who Alexander Skarsgård is.
Oh,
is he that guy?
He's the blonde. No, he's the sheriff, the Eric guy.
Oh.
It's hard for me because I know who Randall Flagg actually is. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
But he's a great actor, dude. I think he's going to do a great job.
Okay. I'm okay with that. It works for me.
You're a little less excited than I thought you would be. Sure. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. I am, because that character is so good and I love that guy so much. It's hard for me to interpret it anyway.
Well, that's the problem with being such a fanboy of it, is because like I'm sure you do the same I do.
And the problem is that Randall Flagg or Walter O'Dim or the Man in Black, they appear in so many of his stories. Yeah. And he has such a crisp interpretation of who he should be.
Yeah. When I watch the shit, I'm like, one little thing's off, and I'm like, that's not at all what he would do.
That's not it at all. Yeah.
Like, that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. So that's why, like, watching, I turned off The Dark Tower, because it wasn't that Idris Elba was black.
Of course
it was
not.
that he didn't feel like that character to me.
No.
At all. And I love Idris Elba. He's fucking fantastic.
He is.
And I was actually excited that they cast him as him. But the way... And it wasn't his fault. I think it was the writing. It's just that was not his character.
It was also, like, the direction.
Yeah.
Like, the directors... Like, oh, you should be doing it like that.
Oh, do this. We gotta make a buddy film with you and a kid.
Yeah. And your dad, which... No? No.
Yeah, I turned it off, so I didn't watch that.
I receded myself from, like, the first couple of scenes to be like, okay... I mean, it's Dark Tower, but it's not really Dark Tower.
It's not Dark Tower.
So I'm going to enjoy this in a different mindset now.
It's got the Dark Tower skin.
Yes.
Download the skin pack.
Here's a different movie. With the Dark Tower skin.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I also didn't feel like... who was it that played the Man in Black?
Oh.
McConaughey, right?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
I didn't feel like that was the right choice from whatever.
No.
I was like, McConaughey?
No, and again,
I've never read the books.
Yeah,
but
fucking
from
twat.
Everything that Aaron's told me about the Man in Black, Matthew McConaughey just does not sound like that.
No, it's definitely not McConaughey. 100% it's not.
The problem is that McConaughey was like playing it off as like cool, and the Man in Black is not cool. I guess he's a cool character.
Oh yeah,
but the way that he acts isn't cool.
No, he's not the cool guy.
Not in any way, shape, or form. He's very, very direct, very cynical, and he doesn't like spend time on making anything seem cool.
Yeah, I don't think McConaughey can be anything but cool.
Yeah,
so, you know,
probably true.
Yeah, he's not. Hey there, I'm the Man in Black. You know.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
that's about our time. Huh?
Yeah, that's it. All right,
Stephen
bye.
King. Read books.
No, but seriously, if anybody wants to go out there and read a freaking good book, just pick up whatever Stephen King most recently wrote.
The Institute.
Yeah.
So good.
It's gonna be good. You can assume that because it's true. So,
yeah, I have not read a book that I didn't like.
You can tell it's good by the way it is.
Well, no, if it has Stephen King's name on it and it's him who wrote the book, it's a good book.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
It's true. Very, very true.
I even read Stephen King on writing.
Oh, I wanted to read that.
I still have it.
Yeah? Is it good?
It's good.
Oh, of course it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys have a good week.
Bye.
Like this video if you like this video, and
Bernie Sanders.
Rate this mother.
You don't have to.
If you can do the rate thing. Don't fucking listen to him.
You don't have to do
5 stars.
Yeah, don't feel pressured.
No.
Pressure.
You do it.
No,
subscribe.
No
do it.
No, this is
do
control. Do what you want.
Obey.
Bye.